Hello everyone, and this is SeReNiiTYzZ here, back with an awesome Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay today. And as you can probably see from the title today, guys, this is my best solo gameplay to date. And I have just made the switch to the Builder Pro settings, so you remember from my squad highlights video from my very good friends, the Danza, a Royal Hobo and the legend Sunny 100. You would have seen that I talked about the fact that I'm going to switch to Builder Pro, and there's many reasons for this, which I'm sure are evident. It's much faster to build, and I was kind of out of my depth, a bit towards the end of this week with, going up against some good players. So I decided to upgrade, in my opinion, upgrading to Builder Pro from Combat Pro, and this is one of my first few solo gameplays on that setting. And this game has I made the switch on Friday, the 1st of June, so we're now the Saturday, the 2nd of June. I played this game this morning, so this is a very new upload. This was a few hours ago that I played this game. And like I say, my best solo gameplay to date, and I hope you guys really, really enjoy it. And this is me playing on Builder Pro, so I made the switch last night. And the gameplay is rather good if you consider the fact that I've just taken on board a new control scheme for building, so I really hope you guys enjoy this. And I think if this, I don't want to sort of put expectations up there, but if this is the way I play now on Builder Pro, then the best is yet to come, right? But for the moment, guys, this is my best solo gameplay on the channel, and I really hope you enjoy it. I am playing with streamer mode on. I have a reason for that. It's because I was solely, I wasn't playing to win any of these games, to be honest. I had two objectives in mind. The first was to get used to Builder Pro, because I played with Sun a bit last night on Friday, and still finding my feet on Friday and didn't play that well. And Saturday morning I decided to practice a bit before, later I might play tonight. I had that going on for me. I was trying to get used to Builder Pro. Also, I was trying to complete challenges. That's why I'm here at Dusty Devo, because you have to open chests here. I think it's for the week 5 challenges, which I'm trying to complete. And I'm making good progress on the challenges, actually. So as you can see, just completing them there. So the streamer mode was just because, I didn't want people thinking I'm going all sweaty and try hard when I was playing solo. I just literally wanted to do my own thing and be discreet about it, so that's why I have it on. But when I play normally and, really comfortable with Builder, I'm going to take that setting off. It's just with this I wasn't too certain of, I wasn't really going for the win. So at this moment here, just literally trying to, do well as best I can in the battle. I have no sort of ambitions of really winning this game, just to do well. And at this moment here, do a really nice smart play to wait for this guy to, wait around for his rock to sort of expire. So if I'd rushed out early, I heard that he was coming. That's the thing about grabbing a rock. It's they do make a lot of noise, and it's very easy to determine where a person is when they grab one of those things. So you'd have to be a bit careful. But really like the fact that I waited patiently there and then brought out the tactical and began the onslaught with some really nice couple of headshots there. So this moment here, guys, it's a relatively new area for me. I've come here a few times, but never at the start. So for me, this was quite an eye-opener in terms of how it was going to go down. And at this point here, just running through the facility, I think I'm alone, but I'm not, because there's someone else here. And not sure what this guy was doing. He had an SMG out. Maybe he's trying to complete the challenge for this week, because there's a challenge to do damage with SMGs, because he had a green pump there which he could have used and should have used, to be honest, irrespective of the challenge or not. I think he was a bit of a fool, really, to try and go for the SMG kill on me there, especially since I didn't know he was there. So yeah, really nice to get that guy for the second kill. And right here is looking to grab things and still exploring the area. So a minor transmission here, guys, as I begin the old 10-minute recording, making a wager that I might win this game, and I'm glad that I made that wager now, because I end up winning it. So so at this point here, guys, just equipping a big shield to get my shields up, and just looking to carry on grabbing the C4 back, which I do actually use in this game, funny enough, and I haven't really ever successfully used it, so I thought I'd try it again on this setting and see how I fare with the C4. So at this moment here, guys, just again, going for ammo and stuff, just important to leave your starting area with as much as you can, and try and make the best of what you find around your site wherever you land, and still just taking care at this point, to get used to the Builder Pro, because like I say, it's my first couple of days on the setting, so you know, I was a bit shaky with that as well, and you know, a couple of times this gameplay, it's like, what button was that again? And you know, you can see that in a little bit in the way I'm playing. So at this point here, guys, just leaving the cabin behind me, or the crater that contains Dusty Depot, and actually go into the old Dusty Depot buildings and see what we can find there. So at this point, just looking to go for more battles at the moment, just to have fun with this game, to be honest. And at this moment, I hear another person with the rock, so I take care to be quiet here and start crouching, get the pump out, and it's a Raven. Goodbye Raven, goodbye world. As I hit him with the green pump for 144 damage headshot, that was very nice. And just good awareness from me there to notice, obviously to hear the sound, and knew he was coming, and there was literally nothing he could do about that. It was a pinpoint accurate shot, and I was very happy with that. As I said, my pump game has been improving recently, and I do pull off some nice ones like that from time to time. So yeah, definitely worth taking the pump. I've definitely found the pump to be much more reliable these days. Really enjoyed using it actually, so I will always take it with me. At this point here, another player inside here with me at Dusty, so it's all kicking off in this gameplay. And at this point here, hit a bit of a long range shot, which wasn't really that great, only 44 damage. The guy was a bit far away, and I was quite surprised by the damage that he hit on me. For a no skin, it was actually quite a lot. So at this point, honestly, decided to start building because I was going to die if I stayed there, so had to move off. And you know, just nice to sort of react with the Builder Pro to get away and build my ramps, because I've been used to pressing RT for the longest time and not LT, RT and RP, so it's you know, it's much better now though. I really prefer it over Combat Pro in the sense that when you place a piece it's very instant. But with the way I have been playing on Combat, I sometimes have to press a button twice to make myself really believe that piece went down. So I have to press it a few more times than I think is necessary. And at this moment here, just trying to keep the height on this guy. Obviously, he hit a nice shot at the end there, which could have been a lucky, fluky shot. But I'm just taking a bit of care because that did more damage than I was expecting. And perhaps I'm lucky to be alive, to be honest. So you can see here, I meant to build a flat as I was going down and end up building a wall. So that's the kind of thing that occasionally that's still happening to me on Builder Pro, but I'm sure in time, after having constant drilling and playing with my friends on a regular basis, you know, more regular basis, because I'm going away for a few days, but when I come back, you know, I'm sure that will all you know, go swimmingly, so I'm looking forward to that. But at this moment here, just continuously surveying the area, and just making sure to take care because the storm is starting to come in now as well. So you know, Dusty Depot is quite a difficult area in the sense that people can grab rocks and surprise you. So at this moment I'm taking a great deal of care, and really had no sort of direction at this point of what I wanted to do. But then I hear the crate and I decide that, you know, that's probably the best thing I can do at this moment in the gameplay, and just want to make sure that my flank is you know, secure. My good friend Sun100 does this on a frequent basis, and I think here's a key to victory in Fortnite Battle Royale actually. When the zone does come in, if you're in the zone early, just checking the late runners, because as you see, a late runner does arrive and you're going to see some more Builder Pro here. This is not too bad considering. Quite a good, you know, quite good findings, to be honest, in my build there, because sort of the structure I would have built on Combat, but at a much faster rate. And here I start to try the C4 because as you can see, I didn't know too much how it worked. I thought you just had to press RT twice, but it's RT and then LT. I never figured that out on Combat Pro, but try it here on Builder and it actually destroys his base, so I was quite happy with the results of that. At this moment, continue to build with some wood and do a nice wall ramp, which I really enjoyed doing, and I think this is where you're starting to see the progress now. Considering I made this switch a day ago, I think the progress is very good. I mean, for the foreseeable, most of the controls on Combat are the same. That's a really nice kill on that Raven there coming in from the storm, and again just highlights the importance of checking those late runners. But I think generally Combat Pro and Builder Pro are very closely linked together. In terms of the actual buttons to move your character, it's very similar. I just think that building is much better on this setting, and I'm so happy that I have made this switch, and I think I will continue to grow as a player under these new controls. But what I like about Builder is it's much more instantaneous, as I was saying, and you just generally have more time to react. And I think this will really help me on Fortnite Battle Royale, as I said, to grow as a player. And like I say, very happy with the results thus far. You know, it always takes time to master a new control scheme, but you know, it seems to be growing on me. So at this point here, guys, after that 4th successive kill, I'm just looking to get away because I could hear snipe shots coming in at me, and it was obviously a dangerous situation. And very nice to get gold RPGs from the crate, I think it was. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, and you know, that's one of my keys to victory in today's gameplay. At this point here, the zone is shortly coming in, so we'll need to be grabbing these rocks in Dusty, which is nice, and honestly feeling quite confident because Dusty is the area that I landed in on, and I didn't really see any late runners coming up from Dusty. If there were, they would have come towards that fight that I had with Raven. So I'm pretty satisfied that, you know, I'm pretty, for the foreseeable, I'm pretty safe here, so I know that I'm going to be pretty good. And at this moment here, just taking some care to get over properly. Do have to straighten out a little bit now with my rock because I'm not actually going the right way just yet, so making sure that I take a second one so that I'm careful as I do this, and bring out my rockets here because just in case that, you know, grabbing a rock is very loud, and obviously I have to straighten up to get in with the zone and going this way around the hill. So obviously taking care as I came out the crater with the rocket, because if anyone is there, probably that's my best hope of survival. See a player here on top of the build structure, and decide again I'm going to do my attacking style of how I would do it on Combat Pro. And occasionally just, you know, sometimes there's a temptation to continuously apply the same building piece because I want to get there quickly, and, you know, sometimes I'm having a few things where I'm not exactly, you know, always sure about my platform or my flat piece. So just taking care there to be careful as I approach that guy. And don't see him, but I know he's around because there's no way that he got away after I built towards him there. So just being careful to check where he is. At this moment here, start to hear someone approaching, and it's him with a shotty. Surprised my wall didn't actually sort of block that shot because that's what I was hoping for, and I get a bit lucky with this no skin after that. Do get a bit lucky, I will admit, because he decided to go full dope on the final shot there and miss me. So, but really nice to get the first rocket on him. He must have been well shielded for a gold rocket for him to still be alive. Maybe he panicked because I practically took all of his health away. So, but I was happy that he went full dope for a second there, so because it guarantees me survival, and at this point just healing up. So yeah, just, you know, thanks for giving me your gold scar, no skin. It's very much appreciated. And at this moment here, guys, with 5 kills, that's really nice going into this final. And like I said, you know, just really awesome for me because I had no ambitions of you know, even thinking about winning this game, really. I mean, I'm not saying that I never try to win. I always do when I, you know, keep playing a game, but honestly, just was really just looking to get challenges done and get used to these new settings. And I think, you know, if this gameplay is anything to go by, I think I would say I'm doing quite well, but you'll see in the final zone. So right here, guys, I'm just about in, and this final few circles contains Loot Lake and the sort of grass patch that I'm around here now. And obviously, seeing the wide circle, and there's also 2 guys fighting down here, so I see this as an opportunity to profit even more because I don't have a great deal of, have an alright amount of rockets, but not as much as perhaps I want. And at this moment, fire a critical rocket onto the weaker player there, down on the ground, and looked to be the one that was losing that fight because the guy had a build structure right here, of which he's rebuilding, and some really nice rockets from me here. And this is the rocket that really clinches it. Fires onto his back wall that he didn't secure with a flat piece over his head, and that's how I'm able to kill them both there, landing a perfect contact rocket and take myself up to 7. Probably the best rocket use I've had in Fortnite Battle Royale thus far. You couldn't ask for more accurate rockets than that. And obviously down there in I'm going to call the place SeReNiiTYzZ graveyard of previous players, because there is a ton load of loot in that little cabin. I think it's the same area actually where my master sensei SeReNiiTYzZ had an incredible build fight. I think in his Fortnite highlights episode 16, he sent some people down to hell there, and I definitely did as well. So we'll call it the Manjaro's graveyard, that little section. And there is a lot of loot there, but the reason I'm not looting straight away is because I want to see where this zone goes. And I can see that there's quite a few towers ahead of me towards the sort of lakeside area. At this moment, just trying to get comfortable as well, because obviously these are new time settings for me. I'm trying to get used to that, and I'm also trying to win this Royale now, so there's a bit of nerves and jitters. I think you guys can see that from the way I'm playing. But Zoe's getting a bit uncomfortable, you know, she's getting a bit nervous. She just wants to make sure that she does good on her debut for SeReNiiTYzZ. So there's all that, you know, all that going on in the background, and we can see, we get the revelation of where the zone is going. So I'm pleased to say that a lot of the water is being cut out and most of it is land. So I'll be looking to go on the land, to be honest, just to be absolutely, you know, don't really want to have those water battles. I'm not all about the water sports, although I am a pretty good swimmer, but it's not really related. But I don't really want to go for a water battle, to be honest, at this stage in the game. I think we'll forget about that. So this moment here, just finding a launch pad, which is like you know, godliness from the heavens, really. That's really what we needed. You know, that's a fantastic thing to find, especially considering the final few circles. I think the launch pad is invaluable here. You know, it's completely necessary. And at this moment here, it's possibly everything you could ever want to win a Fortnite Battle Royale game. You know, it's like SeReNiiTYzZ Christmas here in the Manjaro's graveyard in the cabin, so I couldn't really ask for more there, to be honest. And you know, just such great play that I was, you know, at this point in the Royale, I was the only player that knew about all that loot down there, and luckily for me, no one else decided to investigate all that rocket bashing that I did on those guys. And at this point here, I like where the zone is going for the most part, because most of it is going to be battles on land, and I'm just outside of it at the moment, and I've got about 40 odd seconds to push in. So at this moment, again, starting to ramp wall and just taking care as I do this, because there's quite a big tower base that I don't like. It's pretty much where I need to go to be in, so I start to work on it early here from a bit of distance to make the guy panic and make him, you know, obviously he's going to know I'm here now, and I have to be careful of that and the other players, because there's still 4 players including myself, so I'm against 3 others. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. There may even be the hope of a double digit, who knows. But if I'm to get that, I have to kill all of the other players in with me here, starting with this guy, because he's really the main one I want to get rid of, because this base of his is quite big. And he would have used a lot of materials to build that, which is something I sort of thought about at this moment in the game. And at this moment here, he hasn't secured his base very well, as my friend Sonny would say. He's only on a flat little piece there, so it's best just to apply the rockets onto the most vulnerable part of the build, which he didn't secure. And you'll notice here he isn't really rebuilding. He thinks I don't know where he is, and he just decides to stay there and have his demise. So I was really happy with that, because I think he possibly ran out of materials, which is very lucky for me, because it just makes it very easy for me to get the kill on the guy. And at this moment here, trying to get rid of this tree. Have to be careful when doing that in solo, because the guy did try to snipe me from a field. At least I have an idea of where one of them probably is now, so I'm being careful and building a little bit of big base here. It's more used as an intimidating factor here. Obviously I know that the final zone, I know where the new zone is going now, and it's roughly just ahead of me on the land, just ahead on this south to west side, and I'm just taking care. I don't really want to build a YouTube base. I'm just looking to sort of intimidate the other players here by just making it look like I've got a powerful fortress, which, you know, it kind of is, but just being careful not to get sniped as well at the same time. So it looks like the snipe came from this sort of north side, so I just want to be careful about poking my head. At this moment here, I know where one of the players is at least, and roughly there's a guy to the north that's sniping me as well, so I've identified where they both are. The other player is under this tree, and he's got a sort of brick cube that he's hiding in right there. So I'm just taking care here to fire in my gold RPGs to sort of weaken it a bit, and just see how much he rebuilds to get an RPG'd. And I think you can tell from the way that that's being rebuilt, it's not a very confident player. It's a player that just wants to sit and camp inside the zone. So I think that's a sort of important period in Fortnite Battle Royale as well, when you play these solo games or in duos, just to test your opposition to see how far they're going to go to sort of protect themselves where they've set up. And in that case, I feel pretty happy with the fact that that guy's not going to be very good in that cube. At this moment here, another instance of Builder Pro where I'm not sure about the button. It takes me a while to remember to press X twice. And at this moment start to build a little base. You know, not too bad considering. I don't want to make it a massive YouTube one just to protect myself with a couple of wall ramps and just keep testing this guy with my rockets. Similar strategy here with the RPGs that I used in my Moisty Merman game, where I used rockets here as well. I like how I used them in this gameplay as well, because especially in this one I have to, because I've got gold rockets, and you know, Zoe has nerves and jitters. She wants to be sure that she does well in this Royale, and there's still hope of a double digit because both players are still in play. So at this moment here, I've only got eyes on one of them. The player that I'm more worried about at this moment in time is the one who tried to snipe me a couple of times. So I'm taking, you know, great care to be careful of that. And I tried to destroy this tree, but as you can see, my bullets and rockets, magical tree, everything's going through it. Into the void, you know, the dark black void. It absorbs everything by the looks of it. So at this moment here, when I drop, I hear that anxiously, I hear that the players are fighting. So now's the time for SeReNiiTYzZ to clutch this Royale. And at this moment here, the guy doesn't take care to fortify the top of his base, forgets about me and gets taken out. So I fire the rocket perfectly upon his head. And at this moment here, this is the guy that's not sure about how to rebuild his base properly. And he went too early into the zone, and that's a GG for SeReNiiTYzZ and Zoe here for the first time on SeReNiiTYzZ. And another, wait for it, double-digit gameplay again, guys. So SeReNiiTYzZ for the second time has achieved another double-digit on the channel. So there we go. So when it was 4 players, I said to you guys there might be a hope of getting the double-digit, but I would have to kill them all. And you know, day 2 of Builder Pro enabled that to happen. So I'm feeling very happy right now. I'm in a very good mood, and I think this is a great video. I'm going to take a break for a few days from uploading, guys, because I've been a bit of an upload haul. But I really hope this is a good taste of things to come, and obviously expectations are going to be raised. From you guys, the viewers, and my friends such as SeReNiiTYzZ and Some100 are going to be expecting more out of me now, so I've kind of cast my own omen, but I hope you guys really enjoyed my second double digit, my best solo gameplay to date. Really, Zoe's my chick, and I really enjoyed this game. I hope you guys did as well. This was SeReNiiTYzZ, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.